All right, we are live here on the Own It Show, and I'm so grateful to have Serena here with us. We actually did some guest interviews on Instagram before, and we're so grateful to have her back and here now on the official Own It Show to share her tips and tricks with us because she is a hypnotherapist, and I think this is part of the uncommon knowledge that we want to bring to everybody. So without further ado, I will let her introduce herself. Thank you so much for being with us today, Serena.
No, thank you for inviting me. I'm so excited to be here. So, my name's Serena Bostock. I'm a hypnotherapy and psychotherapy practitioner based over here in the UK, but don't let that put you off. I am worldwide. I've worked with a lot of people in America. I've worked with people in Amsterdam, obviously here in my hometown, on Zoom, face to face. And basically, what I do is help people overcome barriers and issues in their life with a gentle, powerful hypnosis techniques. And I can't wait to share with you today. I'm quite excited.
That's awesome. So what inspired you to get into hypnotherapy?
Well, it's a funny kind of long story. I'll try and keep it brief because I could go on for a while. I've always been in the kind of the helping industry, if you like. Kind of started off as a youth worker, worked with helping homeless young people. So, it's always been in my nature to want to help people because, I just really, really enjoy it. But one of the things I really always wanted to do was help people on a more of a one-to-one basis. And I had some self-limiting beliefs around that, like, oh, I'm too old to do it now, or I can't afford to go back to university and do the whole 3 years. So I thought my ship had sailed. And just as I thought my ship had sailed, I bumped into a colleague of mine who was just like, "Oh yes, I'm doing this hypnotherapy course," and she kept coming every week to me with all this amazing stuff that she was doing, and it just opened my eyes to, this could actually be a possibility and I could actually really help people. And so I looked into it, and the rest is history. I'll just, yeah, so that's kind of how I got into it. And and I never looked back. It's just amazing.
I love that. So can you help explain to the audience, like, what is hypnotherapy and how does it work?
Yeah, I think there's a massive misconception around hypnotherapy, and I think there's still a lot of fear. And I think one of my kind of missions is almost to help people understand what it is, because I think people really, really kind of think, they look at kind of films and they look at stage shows and think that's what
Mhm.
hypnotherapy is. So hypnotherapy is using hypnosis in a therapeutic way. And I suppose I've got to I've got to kind of unravel what hypnosis is now. So hypnosis is something that we all experience every single day, and there'll be a lot of people going, "No, don't be daft. I'm not hypnotized every day. Don't be silly." But actually you are. You sit and you watch TV, you go on social media, might drive a car. That is all a form of hypnosis, something that captures your attention, that kind of, if you think of it like zoning out, we've all done it. We've all zoned out to a film, to our favorite music that we listen to when we're driving a car, we get from A to B and then realize that we haven't really paid attention to any of the journey. And that's because our subconscious mind is kind of taken over. And that, my people, is hypnosis. That is what it is. And it's kind of like a kind of a simple thing as well. It's not something, people think it's really mystical and magical, and in one way it is, but in a sense it's not. It's something that we all experience and we all have access to every single day. And it's, if you know and are aware of it, you can utilize it to your best advantage. So, and I suppose the next kind of part of your question is, how can we use it to our advantage? How can we bring it into our day-to-day lives? I suppose it depends on what it is, what the challenges that you're facing in particular. So I'll give kind of a couple of examples from my own practice that I run, which I didn't introduce. I run a practice called Serana Therapist, and I've helped a really common one, which I think a lot of people will resonate with. A lot of people is anxiety. Like, I've worked with a lot of people around anxiety. We're all feeling very anxious about the work situation. You know, it's starting to open up again and things going back to normal. And people are pretty anxious about, you know, what's going to happen and the future and stuff like that. So if someone, so I've had clients that come to me that are really anxious, and I basically work with them to use however they experience that anxiety and turn it into a positive. So, for example, if that person is anxious about a particular thing, like, I don't know, it might be driving down on the motorway, for example, which is like really busy, fast roads over here in the UK. I think might call them the freeway or something like that.
Highway.
Highway.
I think freeways in America. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay, my bad. So if someone's like anxious about driving on the highway, for example, I work with them about how they experience that and where does that begin and how does that start. And I work with unpicking that and getting to the real root cause of why that anxiety is built up. Because the thing is about kind of any situation that people are kind of avoiding is that it builds up and builds up and builds up. So if someone's anxious about something and they kind of avoid it, it becomes this massive monster in the room. So I work with them in a really safe kind of way to be able to tackle that and challenge it head on. And the beautiful thing about that is we use relaxation to do that. So when I say to people, you know, I use deep relaxation for you to overcome a trauma, they're like, what? How is that possible? But it is, because when you're kind of most relaxed is when your subconscious mind is most alert. Hypnosis is kind of a heightened state of awareness, if you like. You're more alert because we're dealing with the subconscious mind, where all your habits, all your behaviors, all your values are. So yeah, sorry, I've just gone
No, I
because
love
I
it. I'm
love
like,
it
just
so
keep
much.
talking, keep talking. I love listening. So, what would be a couple of techniques that people can use for, you know, self hypnotherapy and relaxation? And I want to. I'm just going to throw it out there. You don't have to, but anxiety would be for one, because I think we all deal with anxiety as we grow. So if you're an entrepreneur and you're expanding in your business, which you will have to constantly be doing, otherwise you're going backwards.
Mm-hmm.
There's a form of anxiety and unrest and unease that comes with that. But then there's also to do with the self-image, right? We must expand our self-image in that
Yeah.
subconscious mind in order to expand to the next level of results. So I was just wondering if you had any tips or tricks around that for our audience today.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the great things about hypnosis is that you are left with tools to actually use in your everyday life, and this is why it's so beneficial for people, because it's not just in the therapy space where you can actually make things happen. It's actually, you know, I work with my clients, for example, on a week-to-week basis, and we'll work on something one week and I'll say, try this tool as as the week goes on, and we'll come back together and see how it went for you. And they'll go to me, oh my gosh, Serena, let me tell you what happened when I used this tool, or after our session this week. So one of the things I would say, self-hypnosis is a massive tool to use, and it's such a simple thing, and it's about really focusing your own awareness on something positive and a positive result that you want. I feel that in this day and age, sometimes we overcomplicate things. So we go, yeah, I want that, but because I don't know, I haven't got enough money, or because I'm a single mum, or whatever the issue, or
Whatever
that
comes
block.
after but the
Yeah, exactly.
circumstances, the
Exactly that
circumstances that we
self-limiting.
use.
Yeah, exactly. That self-limiting belief or whatever that is, we kind of let that stop us. And the thing is, whatever it is that you want, it's there within your reach. I mean, one of my kind of tagline or strapline, if you like, is everything you need is within you. Because I highly and strongly believe that everyone has got that resource in them. So if someone isn't confident around a particular thing, then I will use what they are confident in and bring that into whatever they're not confident in, and just transmute that confidence into another area of their life. So self-hypnosis, going back to self-hypnosis, is a powerful tool, and I use it on a regular basis. So for example, a really good thing to do is go to sleep at night. Before you literally go to sleep, just have a few minutes where you are just visualizing, for example, your ideal self. Who is your ideal self? Picture every single detail about the ideal self. Say you are have a habit that you want to break. Say you're a smoker and you're really wanting to quit this habit of kind of smoking. Well, go to bed at night. Before you go to sleep, visualize yourself being that non-smoker. Visualize yourself being fit, healthy, having more money, all the benefits that comes with being a non-smoker, and really visualize it and imagine it and create it in your mind before you go to sleep. Because what we commonly do is we go to bed and we think about all the troubles and the worries that we've had, and oh, I said this, and oh my goodness, that was rubbish, and oh, I shouldn't have done this. No, put those aside. They're not for bedtime. Go
I
meditate.
Yeah, I love that. So part of my routine, it's the first thing I do in the morning. The last thing I do at night is I visualize. And I have what I call my big, hairy, audacious goal. And so I have the visualization of what it looks like to be on my estate or my home or whatever. And each time I come into my visualization before I go to sleep, I can add more detail. So it starts to be like a movie. Who are you acting in this video? How are you being? What are you wearing? Who's with you? How are you interacting? How do you feel about yourself? Because the biggest component of that transmutation, and I wanted to just come to that word because I know you said transmute, and for some, they may not know exactly what that means, but when we take something, say, from an idea form, it's a different form of energy, and to transmute it, to bring it into the physical reality. So just to change it, right? And so we want to transmute this new version of ourselves into the reality that we're living in. But in order for it to occur there, we have to be it now. So we have to feel that way now. And that's why I asked about those two questions, because the anxiety is the opposite, right? If you're looking in the fear, worry, and doubt, you're in the anxiety. Or you're being that person with your goal achieved. And it's like, how today, when I use my visualizations, can I use that hypnosis throughout the day to be that new version of me, and visualizing that before bed, because it's either or, right?
Yes.
Yes, we can't be in anxiety and victim in the same time as gratitude and possibility.
Exactly. Nailed it. Absolutely. You can't feel it's impossible to feel grateful, gratitude, and frustration at the same time. So if as long as it's about what you focus on, it really is. And if you're finding that you've been, and I do like a weekly check-in thing on my Instagram page, because I think we go through life and we bounce from one activity to the next, to one chore, to one task, without really checking in with ourselves and really going, well, how am I feeling? And at that moment, when you're asking yourself, how am I feeling, you might notice, actually, I'm feeling frustrated or feeling quite angry. And actually, I can't remember the last time I haven't felt like this, and it's bringing that awareness kind of into your own existence, so that you then have the power to change it. You know, if you're not aware of it, then you can't change it. So it's about what you focus on. So most of the time when people you know, are negative, it's because over the time, because this isn't something that happens overnight, over time they've thought negative for a long time, so it's become a pattern and a way of thinking. So what hypnosis can do and what hypnotherapy can do is break those patterns, make you become aware of them for one, and then work on breaking them down. So doing the visualizations is a great way of kind of doing that. Affirmations, I love
I was waiting to
affirmations.
ask about them. So what are your thoughts on affirmations, and do you have favorite ones? How do you use your affirmations?
I love my affirmations. I mean, you know, it was my go-to. So when I first started my journey of kind of started a journey of like self-belief and positivity, and what started was that, and I'm sure everyone's heard this affirmation or mantra or whatever they want to call it, is she believed she could, so she did. And it's so simple, because it basically says, if you believe it, you can do it. You know, I want to go do that, so I'm just going to do it. And sometimes it is that simple. Like you said, if someone's kind of anxious, it's because they're living in that fear. And what you can do, say you want to be more healthy, and you go, yeah, I want to be more healthy, but you know, I haven't got enough time, or da 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 da. It's like, well, you want to be more healthy, literally be more healthy. It is that simple. Break it down. What is it that you need to do to be healthy? Oh, well, I could cut out, you know, that extra biscuit that I have before I go to bed. Okay, let's do that. You know, it's real breaking it down and being really kind of simple with it. It's not rocket science. It's really not. It is about being aware, and it is about building the awareness. I say this to my husband all the time: know thyself. You know, it's the biggest, I think the biggest challenge and the biggest lesson of life is to understand you and how you work. And again, I'll keep coming back to it, but again, that is what hypnotherapy can do, is help you understand what those patterns are that you've been living in for maybe years, you know, that you've picked up on, why you've picked up on them, and start breaking those down so that you can understand yourself, to start then making a positive change. And obviously a good therapist will be able to help you navigate through that change in a really positive way. And another thing that people, but what's really exciting, I love doing regression work, because a lot of the time some of these behaviors and habits that we've picked up have started when we were very, very young, and sometimes we have no recollection of them because they're in the subconscious mind. We was really young, and so I do regression work with people to be able to kind of go, well, where did this start? Again, get to the root cause. Not always necessary, and I kind of think it freaks people out sometimes. Oh no, I don't want to go back there, don't want to bring all that up. But actually going back there allows you to release, because we've spoke about energy. It allows you to release I kind of want to say blocks, but I know when people sometimes use that language, it makes it seem like all magical and mystical.
Yes,
but it's a self-limiting belief. Again, it's a self-limiting belief that you have in your mind.
I like to call them mental filters, because if you think about the conscious and subconscious mind, for those that are listening, you know, your subconscious mind is where your identity is, right? Your conditioning, who you are, your behaviors, as she was saying before, that all got to your conditioning before the age of 7 because you were a blank slate. That's why you
Yes.
have an accent and I don't.
Yes.
Right? We were brought up in different areas, and that's
Mm-hmm.
part of our conditioning. If we had
Yeah.
been brought up in each other's homes, I'd have the accent and you wouldn't, right? Even with the same body and brain, but that's that
Mm-hmm.
subconscious programming. And so
Yes.
there's a mental filter in there about everything, about money, about love, about
Yes.
relationships.
Yes.
And sometimes it's not even something that occurred to you, but it was just the behavior you observed around you. So was the news always playing? Did you always watch soap operas? Because that was a thing when we were kids. And I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that's the most unhealthy thing to build a relationship and watch. It's so wrong.
I know.
Guilty pleasures, but not good for kids programming. But yes, we have those mental filters about everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so we need to get down and rewrite those. So I know that auto suggestion, the affirmations, is one of the ways to do so, right? And I use that and I love it. But hypnosis, so I like to give myself some hypnosis when I'm writing my affirmations, that auto suggestion, playing that sonic healing or Hertz music in the background, playing affirmations with the Hertz music in the background while you're writing your gratitude or you're sitting and meditating. And I've even started recently, when I remember, I put Bob Proctor's 8 hours of money affirmations on before I go to sleep.
Oh,
So if
wow.
you want to access your subconscious mind when you are in a relaxed state or asleep, is the best. So
Yes.
don't fall asleep to the TV, fall asleep to some affirmations.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. It's so scary when people go, yeah, just leave the TV on and go to sleep. It's like, don't do that. But yeah, going back to the affirmations, yes, I use them every day. They're my go-to. That's how I kind of started my journey, and that really helped me. And people say, oh, they'll only work if you believe them and all that kind of stuff. I agree to a certain extent, because in the end, you have to believe that it's true. But to start off with, it's kind of, they mental filters that you were saying, the story that you tell yourself, and it can begin with an affirmation that sounds so far from your current reality. It doesn't have to be happening right now, and that is the whole point. You say them in the present tense as if you are saying them now. Make them creative, make them fun. I love playing about with my affirmations. I have one around, because I've obviously, like every other woman on the planet, I was brought around the diet culture. It was just, part of my life to be on the diet. Some of my mum's friends were just constantly on a diet all the time. So, this was part of my kind of upbringing. So I have an affirmation that's around my body image, so that I remind myself that it's just my body and it's beautiful just as it is right now. And just like about where people are right now in their lives, you are exactly where you're supposed to be right now, and that is okay. Even if it's not where you want to be, it could propel you to where you want to go. So yeah, I use affirmations. The way I use them is I get up in the morning, I've got like a little affirmations book, and I literally will write my affirmations every morning in my book and kind of start my day with those affirmations in mind. Sometimes I will use them in my meditation. And I'll use when I'm writing. So what I do as well with my self-hypnosis, so I will create a script for myself, and I will include my affirmations in there, and any positive suggestions that I want to give myself. I'll record it and listen to it, maybe when I'm going to sleep or as a separate kind of activity. So yeah, that's the way I use my affirmations. I absolutely love them, and they're my go-to. Love them.
So I also have multiple affirmations and scripts that I listen to every day. And the self-image script is one. So that's what you're saying. You have a script, right? That written about your ideal self and
Yes.
who you're being, right?
Yes.
Not just what you've achieved, but who you're being
Yes.
with those achievements.
Absolutely.
Because it's about the feeling, right? Entering the spirit of it, the power of awareness, right? That we have to be that person. So you listen to this self-image script who talks about who you're being every day with affirmations in it. Does that make sense?
Yes, that's what I do. I love it. I absolutely love it. And I think it's one thing that people can do. And I kind of say to my hypnotherapy clients, if they like affirmations and it kind of resonates with them, because it's not a one size fits all. I kind of say, write your own affirmations. Yes, you can get stuff off YouTube. Write your own. So something that resonates with you, your own language, because that's really important. I use a bit of neuro-linguistic programming as well when we look at hypnosis. So that's really important. I say write them, record your own voice, because your subconscious recognizes you. It's going to be more resistant if there's some random person
But
that you're
Proctor
listening.
talking to you while you sleep all night long.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, so that's a good idea. So Think Up is a great app that you can use, and you can put things on replay. So you can have that self-image script in there, and you can add Hertz music in the background, and you can put it on replay all night long. So
There you go.
there's lots of different ways, and I love that, affirmations and recording. So I do my self-image script with the Hertz music in the background when I record it, so that when I'm listening to it, and actually this time when I recorded it, I had done it after a long form of like hypnosis meditation session. So I'm in like a really good vibration. So when I listen to it, it brings me back to that place.
Yeah.
So just also being aware of what kind of energy you're in when you record them, because you're going to listen to them over and over again, right?
Yeah, obviously positive, upbeat, that's obviously the best. And I do like hypnosis recordings for my clients as well. Sometimes I record them as I'm delivering, or I'll do it as a separate thing, and that's included in kind of my kind of packages when I do that with them, so they've got that for life that they can use all the time and go back to, which I think is kind of amazing.
Okay, I got one more question before we wrap it up. What is your favorite self-image affirmations?
Self-image. One that I use is
self-image and money, because I feel like those will be the two people will want to know.
Okay, so I use two of these. I use them all the time. Actually, it's what I write in the morning. So I am wealthy and money flows to me easily. So that's my money one. And it does. It's coming in the bucket loads. And also, my body is a beautiful expression of my individuality. So that just says that, my body is just expressing who I am right here and now. So that doesn't take any shape or size or form. It just is what it is. And that's something. It's a affirmation that I used a while back, and I bought it back because I thought it's a lovely one and I like that. Yeah. So there's my two, my body and my money one.
I love that. Those are beautiful. Thank you so much for all your knowledge and energy and sharing your time with us today. For the audience, let them know where they can find more about you. If you have anything that they can, any free offers or anything, offers, let us know.
Yeah, so you can get a relaxation hypnosis download free from my website if you subscribe. So all it is pop your email address in there. Don't spam people. So it's all the W's, serantherapies.com, and it's there on my homepage, and you can just subscribe. It's a lovely relaxation. It's called the Golden Staircase, and it takes you through a beautiful visualization of going down a golden staircase where you go to your own relaxation place, and you can then give yourself whatever positive suggestions that you need in your life at that time. And you can also get me on Instagram. I'm on Instagram all the time. You can DM me. So it's again at Serantherapies. Yeah, I'm always on there posting, and I'd love to connect with you guys.
Amazing. And guys, we will have those links for you below in the show notes. So we're just so grateful for you to be here with us today. And we're so grateful for your energy and your knowledge and your passion, guys. This is us bringing to you the uncommon knowledge to make it common, because who knew we were all hypnotized every day, right? It's just being present of what you're being hypnotized with. Is it a
Exactly.
show that's not going to serve your new mental filters, or is it the affirmations and entering the spirit of it, of that new and best version of you? So thank
Thank
you
you
so much,
so
guys.
much.
Thank you
Have-
again, and have a great day, everybody. Expect magic and miracles.
Thanks a lot. Bye.